Good morning, everybody. This is Rod from Diaspora kicking the bobo. Here on this Saturday morning early. Got to get the yard together, trying to get everything done before, I guess, the fall come, because one of the things I love working in the yard. I'm not saying I know how to do it well. I'm just saying that's what I love to do. But also, too, I hate raking grass. Because I got 5 big trees in my yard, and raking the leaves, I hate it. And I got another month, so I got to straighten up everything else. It's just kind of my yard. One of the trees right here. Gonna do this last barbecue, for the season. Monday, got to get my deck together. Deck is wood. I haven't fixed on it in 5 years. So I think I'm going to turn half of it into a patio where I can do a bonfire, for my YouTube subscribers, That's my shed. I want to tear that down, I don't know, that's another big tree right there. Another big tree right here. See all these leaves. I gotta cut the grass, That wood right there on those trees, I'm gonna, cut them for the, I guess the bonfire this fall that I'm gonna do, which I'm gonna shoot, where all the family get together, sit around and basically tell what they're gonna be doing for the rest of the year, It's one thing, that I want to do, It's raining last night, so a lot of leaves got on the deck, so I got to clean that out today, Got a lot of work to do, But one of these things I want to talk about is, it's called Blacks in Recovery. Blacks in Recovery is a group that I was taught maybe 20 years ago by a George Booker. And then after George Booker died, I was probably the only one that was doing it for about maybe 17 years. I don't think anybody does it anymore, but I had a person that came into my group the other day, and there was someone who was half white and half black. And he didn't get along with him. He didn't like him. And I kind of knew why. Because here's the thing. Everybody think black people are all alike. And we're not. We're not all alike. We are different. We're sons of Negro slaves. And some of us or have been colonized, and we come from different parts of the world, and we also come from the same country but different communities, and all of us think differently. The problem is that not only that does everybody else, the world, think we're alike, we think we're alike. We think we should all think like each other, and we don't. I was born and raised in Bessemer, Alabama. But my mom moved to Harvey, Illinois, so I went from Bessemer, Alabama to Harvey, Illinois, every year. In Bessemer, Alabama, in Jefferson County, we had some cities within those counties that were all black. Everybody was black. You know what I'm saying? So I was raised in that atmosphere, in that community. And when I left Alabama to come stay with my mom, I went to Cook County, where Harvey is. And that's where I live, Harvey, Illinois. You had Dixmoor, Phoenix, Harvey, Markham, New Markham. You had Hazel Crest. You had Robin. All of those were black communities that I lived in. And it was very interesting, the thought processes from even those black communities from Bessemer, Alabama to Harvey, Illinois. They all thought differently. And I had to, sorry about the noise, but that's the garbage man coming to pick up some stuff, you know. But I had to go back and forth between those communities, you know. And I got along well because they were similar, but they wasn't alike. They thought differently. The young men from Alabama were more responsible than the men from Illinois. The thought processes was more sensible. But, I had to deal with it. I had to live with it. And I had to differentiate the two. Now, when we deal with blacks in recovery, what I mean by recovery, I mean we are recovering from, PTSD, from what we experienced from our oppressors, and we do have oppressors. Some of them don't even think we have oppressors. We have what we call assimilation. We have what we call traditional, integrated. Then we have what we call separation, Let's start with assimilation first. When you deal with assimilation is when a person who is, let's just say, African American. That's his culture. That's his race, but that is not his. Let's just say, let's take African American out of it. Let's just say black. That's his black. He is black person, so that's his race. But he was born half white, and he lived in the white community. So he was assimilated into the white community. So he is black, but his culture is Caucasian, white, European. That's his culture. And so you have a lot of people who don't care whether or not the person is half black, half white. It's that assimilation that they don't like. The poster child for assimilation in America is Clarence Thomas. You mention assimilation to black folks and we don't like it at all, Now, when you get to integration is probably what most of the people are here in America, at least. And, we're integrated, meaning that we like to be around all sorts of people and we get along with all sorts of people. My thing is that I don't care who you are. I get along with you because I have no desire for you to be what I want you to be. I'll accept you for who you are and what you want to be, not what I want you to be. And all of that is what we as African Americans have to go through. Then you have what we call integration. Not integration, I just talked about integration. Separatists. Separatists is where you get black folks who only want to be around black folks. You want to go to a black school, black neighborhood, black doctor, black house, black gate, all of it. You see what I'm saying? That's what integration is. We love our black people. Me, I would put myself in between separatists and integration. I like everybody, man, but I'm also a loner, I like being by myself most of the time. I live in an integrated neighborhood here. I don't even know the name of my neighbors, and I've been owning this house for 23 years. Because we have a few Asians here. We have a few white folks here, Hispanics. I don't even know them. Come in my house, I wave at them, don't know them that well. I'm one of the oldest neighbors in the neighborhood, I don't think anything wrong with it, but who knows? But when you get to blacks in recovery, when dealing with only African Americans and European blacks and all this other stuff, we have to come to the conclusion that we are different. We think different. We act different. But we can't try to make each other be like each other. There are a lot of YouTubers that I watch, they always making excuses for the Africans in Africa. We should accept this and not accept that. We should be prepared to change. What they're telling me is that I have to assimilate. Our people as African Americans have been through a lot. I love being who I am. Don't tell me I have to act African. Don't tell me I have to act Gambian. Don't tell me I have to act Sierra Leonean. Don't tell me I have to act Nigerian. I don't want to act that way. I get along with all of them. And trust me, I have all those friends. And who I want to settle is Liberian. I have a lot of Liberian friends. I don't like Liberian. Most of the Liberians act American anyway, so it really don't matter, you know. But the thing about it is that I accept them for who they are and what they want to be, and not what I want them to be. And I want them to accept me for who I am and not what I want to be. I can live anywhere. Because guess what? Nobody takes care of me. I do it on my own. I was taught to take care of myself, that you don't ask for anything. You know, I want to build a house. Guess what? I build my own house. I don't ask people for anything, you know? And that's who and what we should be, you know? I love some of the people. Like, for instance, I used to watch this program, King Ganda, O'Shea Duke Jackson. The guy is over there in Uganda, and he's doing his thing, you know? I used to watch his programming every day, you know, because I used to love the content. Now he's more on this entertainment stuff. I don't get into that, you know, but the guy was good. And guess what? Dude act American, you know what I'm saying? He's African American to the core, and I like that about him, you know. But that's who I am. I'm African American to the core, and I'm not going to change. People died that for us to be and act the way we want to act, and I'm not finna go to Africa and start changing who I am. I will fit in. I don't want to go to Africa and change them either. Change their culture. I think they have an excellent culture. I want to be a part of it. You know, that's me. That's what I want to do. And the reason why, I'm going to get back to the reason why, you know, I'm talking about all this, because it kind of disturbed me that black folks who think that we should be like each other. No, that's not right. That's not true. I don't want to be like anybody but myself. You know, I want to be African American. I love hip hop. I love soul. I love jazz. I love our food. All of that, you know? That's what I love. But I don't dislike anybody else for not loving our food. You know, I think everybody loves soul food. You know what I'm saying? But I don't expect them to eat it every day. I wouldn't expect an African to come to America, live around black folks, and eat soul food all the time. I would expect him to eat African food, what he's used to eating. I wouldn't judge him for it, you know? I love our strong black African American women who have their own mind, you know? I love our African women who are strong and have their own mind but different. Our European black women who have their own strong mind but different. We're all different. And we should celebrate that and quit trying to make each other act like each other. You know, so I had to tell the young man, you know, accept him for who he is and not what you want him to be. He can't help it because of where he was raised and how he was raised. He has to come to the conclusion whether he want to change or stay the same way. That's his culture. True enough, he is African American, he is black, but his culture is European. He was assimilated. There ain't nothing he can do or you can do without that. About it. You know, didn't get a chance to shave today because, you know, I got up early, finna do all this work, you know. It's crazy. Oh, it feels good out here this morning, but don't be fooled. In about another month and a half, we're gonna be a foot in the snow. That's why I gotta get out of here. All this beautiful weather, trees. Yeah, this is Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. Cold and snowy. But with that, I just wanted to share that with you all. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of this because I professionalized in this. I was the one that was teaching this, one of two probably in the whole state, teaching blacks in recovery, you know, talking about this issue, you know, something that I want to do when I go to Liberia and start my programming, you know. We are not all alike. And especially when we get there, lots of Liberians are gonna find out that they lived in different parts of America, and now they're integrating back into Liberia. They're gonna find out that, guess what? A lot of them act different, you know. But with that, I'm gonna be signing off, and I will see you later. All right, bye-bye. Hello, everyone. This is Rod from Diaspora Kicking the Bobo. I would like for you to hit the subscribe button, like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. You know, I'd like to hear from you. You know, I'm trying to create programming in Western Africa, you know, for PTSD, historical trauma, and mental health and treatment, you know. And I would like to hear what you got to say about that, and keep me in mind. All right? Thank you. Bye.